This morning, dignitaries and celebrities around the world are heading to Houston to pay their respects to former First Lady Barbara Bush. Plus, heroic passengers on board that Southwest flight earlier this week. Several tried to save the life of the woman on board, and why the pilot this morning is being called a hero. And two shark attacks in 24 hours has hit home at one of the world's biggest surfing competitions. We have those stories, plus your first alert weather and forecast and traffic. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5.
Good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us on this Thursday morning. I'm Stephanie Webb. Ray Collins has the week off. He's enjoying some tennis time at the Sarasota opening, and there have been some sightings, people, so he is out there as well. Also off today is John Scalzi, and in for him is Josh Stone. Josh, we've had a couple of nice days, like some nice sunshine, a little cool, less humidity. Today going to be kind of the same?
We have, yeah. I think we're going to continue to be on this trend until we get to the weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but let's focus on the present right now. Our current temperature outside is 60 degrees, dew point at 60 as well, so that means there could be some areas of patchy fog and also some sea fog, so look out for that on your morning commute. Humidity at 100%. Winds, though, are calm. They'll be coming in from the south and southwest later on today. Here's your breakdown of the day. We're going to climb back up to the upper 70s and lower 80s along the coast. Inland, though, temperatures are going to be much warmer, mid to potentially upper 80s. Further inland you go, it gets warmer. But it looks like a change is coming our way for the weekend. We'll break that down for you when I come back. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Josh. Let's take a look outside. Your first alert traffic out there this morning. And we do have one accident to tell you about right there on I-75 northbound. There is a tire in the left lane on the road near exits 220, 220A, and 220B, which of course is State Road 64. Once again, I-75 in the northbound lane, there's a tire in the left lane, and that's affecting exits 220, 220A, and 220B. So that is in Manatee County. Not too much other than that going on in that area. If we head into Sarasota County, those roads aren't running too bad around this time in the morning. If we can move that map on. There we go. There's your look at Sarasota County. Those roads, like I said, are looking pretty good out there. The farther south that you go in the area, roads are still running pretty clear this morning. It is 5:02, and that is your first alert traffic. And here is a live look. State Road 70, 301. This is one that we always talk about later in the morning that starts to heat up, starts to see a little bit more traffic out there. They do have some construction going on in this area, so that is a heads up for you on that morning to maybe leave a couple minutes early or take another route if that can help you out. Well, services remembering former First Lady Barbara Bush begin today. First Lady Melania Trump, dignitaries, celebrities from all over the world are headed to Texas today to begin paying their respects. Tom Abrahams is at St. Martin's Church in Houston, where the security for this week's funeral has actually been years in the making.
A great soul, a great person has left us.
Tom Bolsh is a former Secret Service agent who worked under 4 presidents. He was also part of the Secret Service team that helped coordinate the security and logistics for Barbara Bush's viewing and funeral, part of the job the Secret Service does for all presidents and first ladies.
It's a massive undertaking, as you can well imagine.
The Houston field office leads the effort. Security is paramount. So is ease of movement.
It's more about keeping the VIPs where the VIPs are supposed to be, keeping the press where the press is supposed to be, and keeping the public where they're supposed to be.
While the Secret Service is in charge, they get help from HPD and every law enforcement agency along the processional route between Houston and College Station. The city of Houston is also involved.
We've been working with the family and on this plan for many years and working cooperatively with Secret Service, and this is a very large event for our city. So we will treat it as we do all large events, which is extra care.
Care that is years in the making.
Secret Service likes to prepare, and if we have 10 or 15 years to prepare, that just means that we have more time to make sure it's fluid. If something changes, we could always make adjustments.
And of course, we're learning more on the funeral schedule for the former First Lady. Services will be held at St. Martin's Church in Houston. That is today and tomorrow. That's where the Bush family has been devoted members for a year. There's a visitation going on today, and it's private. Then tomorrow, she's going to be lying in repose where the public can pay their respects from noon until midnight. And then on Saturday, there's a private service where no TV cameras will be allowed. They're expecting around 1,500 to attend that service. Well, her Secret Service name was Tranquility, but her family called her the Enforcer. All this week, we have learned so much more about Barbara Bush and the incredible legacy that she leaves behind. In Houston, where the Bushes have lived for years, their family friend Charles Foster wants to raise enough money to finish the Barbara Bush Literacy Plaza. It's a place that he hopes will give people a quiet place to read and honor her fight for literacy.
This is celebrating an extraordinary life that she always recognized.
It will become the physical focal point for literacy here in Houston.
Now, she will be laid to rest Saturday on the grounds of the George Bush Presidential Library next to her daughter Robin, who died at the age of 3 from leukemia. Switching gears, the manhunt continues for a woman wanted for murder in 2 states and is accused of stealing the identity of one of her potential victims. The U.S. Marshal's Office is looking for 56-year-old Lois Rice, who's said to be driving a white Toyota Acura with a Florida tag. Now, Rice is accused of murdering her husband, David, back in March in Minnesota. She's also a person of interest in the death of 59-year-old Pamela Hutchinson, who police say she met at a Fort Myers Beach restaurant. Authorities believe Rice killed Hutchinson to try and steal her identity because the 2 women looked alike. Now, to help in the hunt, billboards with Rice's picture will be placed in states where she's believed to have been, like Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, and Nevada. The Sarasota Police Department needs your help identifying a man they say was involved in a hit and run. Now, take a look at this picture right here. Police say that he struck a pedestrian and then drove away in a parking lot on Washington Boulevard. If you have any information or maybe know the guy in this picture, you're asked to contact the Sarasota Police Department. And Northport PD says this man did the laundromat dirty. Literally. He's accused of damaging several machines at the Village Laundromat in Northport last month, trying to steal some change out of the machines. Now they need your help in identifying him. You can see him right here in this photo. If you have any information or know the man here, you're asked to contact the Northport Police non-emergency line. And this morning, Sarasota police are searching for a missing man, Francis Anderson, who was last seen on the 1400 block of 16th Street. He's 5'8". He weighs around 185 pounds. He has gray hair and blue eyes. Now, police say he's not believed to be in danger, but he does need medication that he doesn't have with him. If you have any information on Anderson's whereabouts, contact the Sarasota police. And the Florida Highway Patrol is continuing their investigation into a fatal crash that killed a motorcyclist, 26-year-old Raymond Allen Consul. The accident happened Tuesday night at the intersection of Beneva Road and Sarasota Square Boulevard. Now, that crash is also raising the issue of motorcycle safety.
Unfortunately, what is happening is drivers simply are not seeing the motorcyclist. A violation of right-of-way is when someone pulls out directly in front of someone. This is what is killing our motorcyclists. We have to have that good situational awareness.
Sometimes it is our fault. Sometimes we are in the wrong. We have to take responsibilities for our actions. Sometimes it's the car's fault. You know, at the same time, at the end of the day, we're all trying to go home to our family.
So here are some tips to help you keep a little safer on those roads. Although it's not law for a motorcyclist to have to wear a helmet here in Florida, it is strongly encouraged. Both motorcyclists and motorists are being told to give themselves plenty of time to get to your destination. Don't be in a hurry. And drivers are being urged to not text and drive. Stay alert and stay focused on the road. The Sarasota County School District will be managing its own school security department over the next 2 years. The district says it is one solution to the increased need for security following the Parkland school shooting. The program would be phased in at the elementary schools and implemented in all schools by the end of the 2019-2020 school year. Now, it is a decision that's prompting some questions from concerned parents in the district.
The amount of infrastructure that's required to start an internal police force, you know, that's a lot of dollars and it's a lot of learning curve, and I just see that there should be a successful resolution between the 2 entities. I think that's what's best for students.
The district says that the job descriptions for these internal security positions that they are hiring for would be on the board meeting agenda on May 1st. And good news this morning, the Lightning took the win last night in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. They were on the road in New Jersey on the Devils' home ice. Nikita Kucherov was the star of last night's big show, scored 2 out of those 3 goals, and then set up the third. The Lightning now lead the series 3-1. They can wrap up the best-of-7 series if they win Game 5 this Saturday, which thankfully is back on home ice at Amalie Arena. And on the hunt for a new job? Well, you're in luck. A hiring expo is happening later on today. Hiring managers from Manatee County government will be on hand at the Bradenton Area Convention Center, hiring for multiple departments within the government. That event is being held from 2 until 7 o'clock today. Some tips? First, make sure that you bring multiple copies of your resume, maybe even a generic cover letter. Make sure you bring any licenses or certificates that you may hold. And of course, be prepared for any spontaneous on-site interviews. And still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your first alert traffic and weather. Plus, after the break, we're going to take you to one of Suncoast's most popular golf courses, perfect for a week like this. Coming up a little later in the hour as well. Tonight, you know this, it is the very last episode of ABC's mega hit series, Scandal. We're going to have a preview, so stick around. But first, let's head over to the Capitol. We're going to head over to Washington, D.C. Quiet morning out there today, but lots of activity. And as you can see, that flag is still being flown at half-mast in order to honor former First Lady Barbara Bush. Back here at home, Josh Stone, what is our forecast looking like today?
All right, showing you the temperature one more time, 60 degrees, mostly clear skies, though there could be some patchy fog on your morning commute, so look out for that. And here's the breakdown of your day planner. We're going to top out around the low 80s and lots of sunshine for you in the forecast. But a change comes our way over the weekend. We'll talk about it in just a few minutes.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
Hey, good to see you on this Thursday morning. Remember, Thursdays are always attached to Fridays. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi this morning. 64 right now in Sarasota, 68 in Venice, 61 in Arcadia, so a little bit cooler further inland you go. Nothing doing here on the radar. High pressure in control, sinking, compressing air, and that's why our radar is very quiet. However, we will have some changes coming our way thanks to a front that's going to be coming down from the northwest over the weekend. As we advance, we'll show you that area of high pressure right here. It's slowly slipping eastward, so we're going to get the return flow around of it, bringing in those easterly, southeasterly winds. That will help to warm things up to more average-like conditions. Our normal for this time of the year is 81, and we're going to be right about that along the coast. Inland, though, things are going to heat up into the mid to potentially upper 80s like they did yesterday. You can see the front right here. That's going to be slipping our way by, say, Saturday and then stalling out on Sunday, and then we're going to have overcast skies, showers, and even a few thunderstorms. I don't think anything severe, but still it's going to bring us some wet weather. So if you like the sunshine, enjoy today and tomorrow. Saturday, a few clouds, maybe some light showers, and then Sunday looks like we'll get a better chance of widespread shower activity lingering into Monday. A little bit colder up here in the north, 26 right now in Minneapolis, so let's enjoy the temperatures of the lower 60s here along the Suncoast. So a few clouds make their way into the Suncoast on Friday, and then things start to get a little bit more wet for us Saturday, and like I said, on Sunday, a little more widespread. Patchy sea fog possible today for the boaters, at least for the morning hours, so look out for that. Southwesterly wind becoming west about 5 to 10 knots. Seas anywhere from 1 to 2 feet with light conditions in the bays. 79 at the beach today, but put your sunscreen on because the UV index is at 11. Our high today tops out at 80, and we're going to remain very comfortable as we go through the day. Low 80s, and we'll be in the upper 70s depending on where you are. Further inland will be a little bit warmer. There you go. The front comes our way over the weekend. Kind of stalls out on top of us, especially on Sunday. Better chance of some widespread shower activity. It'll be cool down slightly after this front passes, gets out of the way, and then the sunshine returns by mid next week. Stephanie?
All right, thanks, Josh. Let's take a look outside. Your first alert traffic out there this morning in Manatee County. Those roads are still running pretty good around this time of the morning. Not too much to see right there. Of course, we've got our normal slowdowns, 301 and State Road 70. Always seeing a little hiccups around this time in the morning. In Sarasota County, those roads are looking pretty decent. You're starting to see some congestion right there at 301 as you close in on 40 and Fruitville Road as well. A little bit farther south in the area, those roads are looking pretty decent. If you're headed to Port Charlotte or Punta Gorda this morning, if you're headed out to the roads in the next couple of minutes, your commute in that area is actually going to be pretty good. So not too much to see. It's 5:17, and that is your first alert traffic. And it is time again to hit the greens in Dream 18. ABC 7's Anna Shalini takes us to one of the Suncoast's most popular courses, Twin Isles Golf Club in Punta Gorda.
Hey, and welcome everyone to another edition of Dream 18. I'm Adam Cellini along with Steve Bache, the head golf pro here at Twin Isles Country Club. And Steve, tell us a little bit about the course and the hole we'll be playing today.
Well, the golf course is a great layout. It's a par 72, plays about 5,800 yards from the back tees. Great par 3s, great par 5s. It's every hole is a little bit different and nothing gets boring. We have 6 sets of tees, so every level golfer can play. And it's just a lot of fun to play. It's a fair challenge is what I call it. It doesn't beat you up, but you still have to play some shots, so it's a lot of fun.
Well, we're going to take the challenge on right now here on hole number 18. I mean, this would be a good shot to the green here. This would be a big carry.
The fairway, the bunker on the left probably won't come into play for you because there's about 50 yards in between that bunker and the green.
That's okay. A little skull, but we're all right. We're fair, we can hit it again. Might have hit a little hard, but...
Oh, you nutted it, man. There you go.
That's where they live. Oh!
Good stroke.
Oh, that's all right. Not bad. Nice, easy second putt.
All right.
We are good. Well, Steve, thanks a lot for taking us out today.
Thanks for coming out.
Lovely day. Can't beat it. We got some summer rates coming up, and this course is open to the public.
Absolutely. Love everybody to come here. Once we get you here, we'll have you here. So if you enjoy the golf course, give us a call, and and we'd love to have you come out and try us.
Excellent, and thanks for taking us out here today, and thank you all for joining us for another edition of Dream 18.
Still to come on Good Morning Suncoast, Amazon has finally revealed the surprising number of their Prime members, and it's way more than most assumed. And as the world continues to mourn the loss of former First Lady Barbara Bush, how many are now working to make sure that her legacy continues? We'll tell you how. Stick around, we have those stories and much more when we come back. But first, here's a live look this morning at the Rosemary District. Pretty quiet morning out there this morning. Going to be another beautiful day ahead. We'll have that forecast for you later in the hour. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast right here on ABC 7.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Welcome back. It is 5:22, and there is a live shot out of Atlanta, Georgia. Wait, is that Ray Collins that I see on his favorite Ferris wheel? It just might be. He, of course, is off on vacation all this week. Both he and John Scalzi will be back in studio next week. Well, new updates on the Southwest Airlines flight that suffered a mid-air engine explosion this week. First, a big chunk of the plane was found yesterday on the ground in Philadelphia. That's going to be helping out the NTSB as their investigation resumes again this morning. And the pilot who quickly landed the aircraft is being called a hero today for getting the situation under control so quickly. She was actually one of the first ever fighter pilots for the Navy. And passengers are speaking out about just what happened on board in those few frantic moments. Passenger Jennifer Riordan was sitting next to a window and was partially pulled out after the engine exploded and broke the glass. It was determined yesterday that she died from blunt force trauma to the head. Holly Mackey was also on the plane that day and describes what happened.
I mean, we were all just looking around. We didn't know what was going on to see what was going on, and that's when I saw Jennifer, and then of course quickly, you know, I had leaned over and I grabbed onto her belt loops and her waist and wrapped my arm around her waist and tried to pull, and the little girl next to me also tried to pull with me, and we tried to pull her back in, and we couldn't. We weren't strong enough. And
now, once they did get her back inside the plane, passengers also said that a retired nurse that was sitting in front of the victim actually tried to administer CPR to help save her life. Several other passengers on board were injured in that accident. And Southwest Airlines isn't the only carrier making headlines this week. This Delta Airlines jet had to make an emergency landing in Atlanta after one of its engines caught fire. The jet left Atlanta Wednesday, headed toward London. Now, it returned just a little while later back to the airport when the crew reported an engine problem. Fire's crew met the aircraft on the runway. They were able to put out the flames on that engine. The plane was then towed into the gate. Fortunately, Delta put passengers on another flight that was headed to London. No one was hurt in the incident and is under investigation as of this morning. And as they roll out yet another new Prime service, Prime Wardrobe, Amazon has finally released the numbers of just how many Prime members they actually have. ABC's Candace Gibson and Diane Macedo have all the details in this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon is revealing a closely guarded secret.
In a letter to shareholders, CEO Jeff Bezos said that it now has more than 100 million Prime members worldwide. Amazon Prime members are estimated to spend twice as much each year than non-Prime customers. And Amazon, in the meantime, is teaming up with a former rival to sell smart TVs.
You'll be able to purchase Amazon's new Fire TV edition at Best Buy this summer. That'll be the first Amazon product to be sold at Best Buy and on its website. Best Buy stock rose 4% after the announcement. And 2 robots in Singapore have just accomplished a task that routinely confounds us humans. They have successfully assembled an IKEA chair.
But humans shouldn't worry, at least not yet. It took the robots more than 20 minutes to complete a job that IKEA says typically takes one person just 10 minutes.
But did they end up with those leftover parts?
Yes, they did. Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, sponsored by Xeljanz.
Your body was made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis. Before you and your rheumatologist move to another treatment, ask if Xeljanz XR is right for you. Xeljanz XR is a once-daily pill for adults with moderate to severe RA, for whom methotrexate did not work well. It can reduce pain, swelling, and further joint damage, even without methotrexate. Xeljanz XR can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, lymphoma, and other cancers have happened. Don't start Xeljanz XR if you have an infection, tears in the stomach or intestines, low blood cell counts, and higher liver tests and cholesterol levels have happened. Your doctor should perform blood tests before you start and while taking Xeljanz XR and monitor certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you are in a region where fungal infections are common and if you have had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. Xeljanz XR can reduce the symptoms of RA even without methotrexate. Ask your rheumatologist about Xeljanz XR.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
This morning, the island of Puerto Rico without power yet again. What might be behind this latest outage? And this morning, wildlife officials want to know why this turtle was found covered in paint and concrete. And dignitaries, family, friends from all over the world are heading to Texas today to pay their respects to former First Lady Barbara Bush. We have those stories plus your first alert weather and traffic. It all begins right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5:30.
Good morning to you. Happy Thursday. And as John Scalzi likes to say, happy Friday Eve to you. I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for joining us this morning. Ray Collins and John Scalzi both have the rest of the week off. And today, helping me hold down the fort is none other than Josh Stone. Josh, how you doing this morning? And what is it doing out there today?
I'm doing well. Yeah, you know, it's Thursday attached to Friday, so we can celebrate that, right? I like that. Friday Eve.
Friday Eve, right?
That's a good one. Anyway, yeah, you know, it's, well, temperatures are in the low 60s, so it's a little cool out there. And also the temperatures have cooled down to the dew point, meaning there's some areas of patchy fog this morning. Sarasota, Bradenton, Venice, all lower 60s for the most part, mid 60s in some locations, but still could be seeing some patchy fog. Radar, though, is quiet at this time. Now for the schools, for the pickup, maybe low to mid 60s, and then by the time you go home, very elemental, sunny and dry, lots of sunshine. That's what we're going to see all weekend or all day today. But things change for the weekend. We'll talk about that when I come back.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Josh. Let's take a look outside your first alert traffic. Starting to see a little bit more congestion out there. Pretty early for this time of the day. Starting to see some slowdowns right there on 301 as you pass through State Road 64 heading south. That's, of course, in Manatee County. In Sarasota County, those roads aren't looking too bad just yet. A couple slowdowns on University Parkway, already seeing some gridlock in that area. And then if you head a little bit farther south, we're starting to see some slowdowns right there on 75 as you pass by, as you head on State Road 72 and you're passing by State Roads, or 75, excuse me. And then a little bit farther south in that area, those roads are still looking pretty decent. Not too much more to see out there at 5:32 with your first alert traffic. And here is some of that congestion that we tell you about. It's a live look at State Road 70 and 301. There's some construction in the area, so it's already starting to slow things down a little bit. We're starting to see some congestion and a little bit of backups already in that area of town. Well, as the world mourns the loss of former First Lady Barbara Bush, a children's hospital in Maine is making sure that her legacy carries on. Brooke Rayford reports.
You felt safe and you felt comforted. You felt like she accepted you and you were the most important person in the room.
Roughly 10,000 patients are treated each year at the state's only children's hospital that bears Barbara's name. Mrs. Bush's legacy flows through the halls of the hospital that was named after her in 1995.
We were blessed to have her lend her name to our children's hospital and honored, and it's made just an incredible impression on the care we provide here. Not just to have her name, but her presence.
Each summer, Miss Bush would stop in Portland to read to kids in the hospital and spend quality time with their families.
She clearly exuded a personality of warmth and strong determination for everything she believed in.
Maine Medical Center displayed a memorial for Barbara today with photos and a book for guests to sign with their well wishes. Staff say her love and dedication there was priceless and incomparable.
Mrs. Bush understood the linkage between spending time with patients and that role in health and recovery and welfare. She had a deep passion for the people here, and she had a deep respect, and she embraced that role.
And right now, flags are flying at half-staff around the country, including the White House and here at the Bush's family summer home in Maine. And switching gears now, a federal judge in California is going to be holding a hearing tomorrow to decide whether or not Stormy Daniels' lawsuit against Michael Cohen and President Trump will be delayed. The adult film actress is asking that a non-disclosure agreement, or her NDA, regarding an alleged sexual encounter between her and President Trump be dissolved. Now, she argues that the agreement is invalid because President Trump never actually signed it. Daniels' lawyer says it was Cohen who signed the document on behalf of Trump. Attorneys for the president and Cohen will ask the judge on Friday to delay that suit due to some ongoing federal and criminal investigation of Cohen back in New York. Now, President Trump has long denied any allegations of an affair with Daniels. And Minnesota prosecutors plan to announce today if there are going to be any more charges in the 2016 death of pop star Prince. A medical examiner found that the musician died from an accidental fentanyl overdose. Fentanyl, of course, is a powerful painkiller blamed for part of the national opioid epidemic. Prince died on April the 21st back in 2016 at the age of 57. He was found unresponsive in his Paisley Park home and recording studio. Now, attorney Mark Metz is going to update the public today as of the legal status of Prince's death. And after 2 shark attacks in less than 24 hours, one of the biggest surfing contests in the world has come to a halt. 7 Network's Rob Scott reports.
Alejandro Travaglini arrives at Royal Perth Hospital after what witnesses say was an extraordinary fight for survival. Stretchered off the rescue helicopter and straight into the emergency room. The Margaret River man's family wasn't far behind.
As far as you're aware, he's doing okay?
Yeah, he's stable.
The 37-year-old was attacked at a surf spot known as Cobblestones near Gracetown in WA's southwest. His legs mauled. No one's certain what type of shark is responsible or how big it was. But officials have now confirmed a shark spotted in the area earlier was a 4-metre great white.
The last thing they see is the guy going down, then coming up, and he actually had to body surf back into shore.
A fellow surfer who was in the water with Alejandro says he watched helplessly as the 37-year-old punched, yelled and wrestled with the shark in a desperate bid to get away. His leg rope even got caught in the shark's mouth. They say what they saw looked similar to what happened to Mick Fanning off South Africa.
As soon as he got to a certain point, these other guys helped him out of the beach and got him up to shore.
Despite his injuries, those who were there say the 37-year-old remained conscious as he was given first aid by fellow surfers, and he was in good spirits once medical staff arrived. Not long after the attack, a whale carcass was found washed up at the left-hander's surf break, just south of where Alejandro was bitten. And just a short time ago, a second surfer was also attacked, not far from where Alejandro was bitten. He has bite marks to his leg as well, and as you can see by his board, the shark responsible is big. 15 people have now been killed by sharks off WA since 2000.
Well, the people of Puerto Rico just cannot seem to catch a break. Just when the island was doing better and most of the power has been restored, now the entire island is without power again following another outage. Officials estimate power will be restored hopefully within the next 24 to 36 hours. Now, the cause of this blackout is unclear, but they have said the grid has been unstable and under pressure to keep up as the power has been restored. Hurricane Maria, of course, slammed into the island back in September and destroyed the electrical grid and much of the infrastructure. Puerto Rico's been dealing with an unstable grid ever since. 3 million U.S. citizens still live on the island. Meanwhile, here in the state, federal assistance to help people recover from Hurricane Irma has now reached $1 billion. That money, approved through FEMA's Individuals and Households program, includes nearly $693 million in housing assistance, $503 million to help pay rent for those homes who are not livable after the storm, and about another $180 million just in home repairs. And this morning, who did this? The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is looking for answers after this turtle was found injured. Now, they say that the gopher tortoise was found in Lake County, completely covered in red spray paint and had concrete on some of its limbs. He was found in the middle of the road, and they say 2 Good Samaritans picked him up and brought him to a rehab center. Gopher tortoises are threatened and are a protected species here in Florida. A reward is now up for anyone who has any information on who did that to the turtle. And fishermen here in the state will have a 40-day red snapper fishing season in the Gulf of Mexico this summer. That's a longer season than most previous seasons, which usually range between 3 and 42 days. Additionally, the 40-day season will now apply to both state and federal waters. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission reports that there are many areas here in the state where snapper are rarely caught in state waters.
This is a great opportunity for people to get out on the water. The originally proposed season was slightly shorter than this, and so the addition of these extra days is something that we're really excited to be able to offer.
The snapper season is scheduled to start on June 11th and it runs through July 21st. The 40-day season in the Gulf will be in effect for both this summer and next as well. Still ahead, the latest in your First Alert weather and traffic, and it is a big day here, Scandal fans. It is finally here. It is the episode that many have been waiting years to watch. It is the very last episode of Scandal, and it airs tonight right here on ABC 7. We are going to have a preview and hear from some of the cast on the ending of the show. But first, for those of us that want to hang outside a little bit today, Josh Stone, what's the weather going to be like?
Okay, well, if you walk outside right now, we're going to walk into temperatures in the 60s and maybe some areas of patchy fog. The radar, though, I believe will be quiet all day long. We'll enjoy the sunshine, but things change for the upcoming weekend. A little more clouds, a little more rain. We'll talk about it when I return.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business. You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community. with ABC7 on Facebook. Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC7, weekdays starting at 5.
Morning, everyone. It is Thursday, the eve before Friday, right? 60 degrees right now as you walk outside, but look at this, the dew point at 60 as well. That means dew point and temperature the same. Well, we could be experiencing some areas of patchy fog. Humidity at 100%. Winds, though, not an issue. They're calm, and that's the case all through the Suncoast. But notice the winds are coming up from the south and generally the southeast, and that's going to be the case as we go through the day thanks to high pressure that's slipping further eastward, and the return flow around it will bring those winds in from the east and the southeast. A little bit closer to the coast, though, we'll have that sea breeze that develops in the afternoon, and that will help keep things a little bit cooler along the coast, inland a little bit warmer. Titan radar, it's all quiet right now, and that's going to be the case all day long thanks to high pressure and control. Thus, sunny and warm today. Wet conditions over the weekend. We have a cold front coming down from the north and northwest that's going to eventually stall out on top of us to bring us overcast skies and a few showers and even some thunderstorms, especially on Sunday, lingering into Monday, and then we'll dry out by next week. Area of high pressure right over here, over Texas and Louisiana. Eventually we'll slide in behind this cold front that will come our way over the weekend. But boy, the folks up north can't get a break with the snow coming down. Chicago and southwest Michigan. Now this system's making its way over here towards Cleveland, bringing lake effect snow, and also snow taking place over here in Albany and some of the higher elevations just to the north of New York City here in New York State. So dealing with some wet weather and some snowy weather in some locations. But if you're flying out of SRQ today, going to Atlanta, Charlotte, Chicago, New York, no delays at all at this time. Futurecast will put this into motion for you. A few more clouds come our way on Saturday as this front comes our way and then kind of stalls out. You can see what happens as we get into, as we get into the weekend on Sunday. A little more shower activity, 50%, even some thunderstorms. And then as you can see, as we get into Monday, showers linger. But by next week, things start to dry out. We'll have mostly sunny skies. Temperature, those around 80 degrees. And our average for this time of the year of a high is 81. So right where we should be, but still a little more shower activity as we go into the weekend. Back to you, Stephanie.
All right, thanks, Josh. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic out there this morning. And we are going to start in Manatee County, 301 and State Road 70. That is a big hot spot this morning. There's some construction in the area, so it's starting to slow things down a little bit as well. And we're also starting to see some construction, or some congestion as you're coming through Bradenton and heading farther south on 41. And then in Sarasota County, those roads aren't looking too bad yet this time in the morning. Starting to see some of those slowdowns around University Parkway as well as Bee Ridge Road and right there on Clark Road. If you're heading east on Clark Road after you get off of 75, there are some construction spots right there, so the roads are slowing down a little bit. A little bit farther south in the area, those roads aren't looking too bad this time of the morning. Pretty much free and clear. That is your first alert traffic. And one big traffic change today, the intersection of Atwater Drive and Hillsborough Boulevard is going to be officially a four-way stop now. Now, this intersection is maintained by both the city of Northport and Charlotte County. And for years, residents in that area have requested a four-way stop right there to make it safer. And a new playground is underway on South Lido Key, but it's so much more than just a place to play. For one local family, it's a place to remember their two sons. The playground is sponsored by Where Angels Play. It's a nonprofit whose volunteers have built playgrounds all over the country in the past to remember the victims of Sandy Hook and the Pulse nightclub shootings. Now their focus turns towards two Suncoast brothers whose lives were cut too short too soon, Christopher and Jared Dittmar.
But the idea is to build this playground in their personality and their influence so that their legacy will continue, and the children here will remember them and be able to experience healing and joy for generations.
The park is expected to be open to the public this Saturday. Well, it all ends tonight, folks. It is the series finale of ABC's mega hit Scandal. Well, Pope and Fitz finally ride off into the sunset. ABC's Juju Chang catches up with the star of the series, Kerry Washington, on why it's so hard to say goodbye.
It's handled.
She's a television trailblazer.
I am many things. Stupid is not one of them.
Fiercely independent.
If you want me, earn me!
And unapologetic.
You can't take Olivia Pope. Olivia Pope takes you.
For 7 seasons, fans of the hit ABC drama Scandal have watched Olivia Pope, a top-notch political fixer, go from plot twist...
Hello, Olivia.
Dad?
...to plot twist.
You think you can revenge?
When I started playing Olivia Pope, we were very similar, more similar than we are today.
Now, Kerry Washington saying goodbye to her iconic character as the series, created by powerhouse producer Shonda Rhimes, comes to a close. Her real-life love interest? Former NFL quarterback Nnamdi Asomugha, her husband, with whom she has 2 kids. But while she keeps her personal life personal, she does speak out publicly about issues like gun control and women's rights.
Being on the show and having the career that I've had has allowed me to speak at the Democratic National Convention.
None of us can be silent.
She takes the duty of citizenship just as seriously as her pioneering role as the first African-American woman in nearly 40 years to star in a network drama.
Do you feel like this ends well for Olivia? Is this a happy ending for her?
I think that the way the show ends is the way it should be ending. The last episode it will make you laugh, it will make you cry, it will shock you a little bit.
Juju Chang, ABC News, New York.
All right, lots of good teasers right there. And of course, the series finale of Scandal airs tonight at 10 o'clock right here on ABC 7. All right, as we leave you today, we're going to take a look outside to the Rosemary District. Josh Stone is going to be giving you the forecast a little bit later, so we'll know what it's like today. Another pretty decent day out there in store for you. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast right here on ABC 7.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
Want the latest weather and traffic conditions wherever you go? Introducing ABC 7's revolutionary new First Alert weather app. With our state-of-the-art new weather app, you get up-to-the-minute weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, real-time traffic maps, and weather video from ABC 7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download onto all your devices today. Sponsored by Mr. Sparky.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Selfless service is the guiding principle of every Army National Guard soldier. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. To be an Army National Guard soldier is to serve something greater than yourself. Learn more at nationalguard.com.
All right, here is a live look outside to the Rosemere District, coming up on another beautiful day right here on the Suncoast. High of about 80 today and some sunshine, so looking like another beautiful day here in paradise, as we say. All right, moving on, here are some of the top stories that we're following for you today on the Suncoast. First, the Sarasota County School District is going to be managing its own school security department over the next 2 years. Now, the district says it's one solution to the increased need for security in the schools. The program will be phased in at the elementary schools in the area and then implemented in full in all the schools by the end of the 2019-2020 school year. Plus, funeral services begin today in Houston for former First Lady Barbara Bush, and security is tight as family, dignitaries, including First Lady right now, Melania Trump, and celebrities from all over the world travel to the city to pay their respects. They were saying the security for this has actually been in place and in the planning stages for 10 to 15 years. And after finally getting it back after Hurricane Maria hit, the island of Puerto Rico is without power again this morning. They, of course, have been dealing with an unstable power grid ever since the hurricane hit last September, but officials aren't quite sure if that's the reason behind this latest outage. Power is expected back on within the next 24 to 36 hours. Thanks so much for spending some time with us this morning. Hope you'll stick around for this next hour. Coming up, a new study shows that your credit cards are probably older than you may realize, and why experts suggest that changing your credit card might help fight in a fight against identity theft. We've got that story for you coming up in the 6 o'clock hour. Again, thanks so much for waking up with us this morning on Good Morning Suncoast. Josh Stone and I will be back for another hour in the 6 o'clock hour, so stick around. We'll be right back.